What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Saturday morning edition of DoMoreLife. And today we have some Thailand rumors to discuss. We're going to answer some questions like, is Thailand really going to reopen in 2021? Is Thailand going to remove the travel restrictions that we've all loved to, or that we've all come to have problems with? Are they going to remove those? Is there going to be easing of Thai restrictions in Thailand soon? We are going to answer those questions today for sure. Asia Unscripted, hello, Travel TV. What's up, man? We're live, brother. And thank you guys for the thumbs up already. I appreciate that very, 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 very much. As you can tell, I'm probably... As you can probably tell, I'm feeling a lot better. After a week of being sick, finally, the doctor sent some meds. Everything's working out well, so I'm healthy, or getting healthy, looking good to go. Hey, New York Frank, good to see you, my friend. Glad you are here, brother. Can't wait to talk to you sometime. Daryl from Australia, hello to you. I'm glad you are in here, and it's very good to see you, sir. Very good to see you. So we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff today, guys. We're going to talk about the rumors that go around. We're going to talk about the Thai media. And I don't mean the necessarily the Thai media. I mean where the expats get their Thai news from. Okay? So we're going to talk about some of that. We're not going to really talk about the credibility of those institutions because I don't really want to discredit anyone at this point. But we want to talk about the truth behind the headlines. And we want to get to the facts, not the rumors. I want this to be a fact-based show. But first, we have to address all the foreign and domestic travel rumors that are going around, travel bubbles that Thailand is trying to implement. Guess who they want? Guess who Thailand wants to come back? Oh, can you say Chinese? Amongst South Korea and Singaporeans. So just finding that China right now, as I understand it, is under another massive lockdown, which you don't hear about in the news very much. And yet that they've already reached out to the Chinese ambassador to Thailand here to try to get some travel bubbles started with no quarantine. How do you feel about that? And the vast majority of people that came into the Phuket sandbox thus far have been European and American. So Thailand seems hell-bent on this is kind of a quote that I took out of an article I read this morning. They seem really hell-bent on making sure they get foreign tourists from other neighboring countries, or Asian countries, I should say. Robert B., what's up, man? Good to see you. Patty is calling. It seems Patty is calling. It does seem. I love Patty. I cannot wait for it to reopen. I can't wait to go back there. Scotty B. Show, what's up, my man? Good to see you. Filtho says, will Thailand just cut to the chase and rename itself Southern China? Sorry, I just got a guy that says he hasn't gotten a notice in a month. Let me tell him I'm live now. Okay. Ross says, I get all my news from my wife. That's probably a very good thing, Ross. Probably a very good thing. Robert's got some music going on there. Charles White, what's up, man? Evening, just got home from work. Did I miss anything? Not yet. We're just talking rumors and talking. Well, we're going to talk about some crazy stuff here in a little bit, but it'll be fun. Don't worry. Tim says, I was just, oh, by the way, for the record, Tim was here early. I mean, early, like 30 minutes almost early. He wanted that to be noted in his permanent record. So, Tim, permanent record. That's what's up. Autumn in Asia, good to see you, man. He says, hola, are you saying that I need to pack my stuff up and leave Mexico for Thailand? Oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Not right now, Autumn. Not right now. We're gonna get into all this stuff today, guys. It's gonna be a real good live stream, and they got a lot of information for you. I'm just giving a couple minutes for people to roll in here. Bob Bance, good to see you, man. Good to see you on a Saturday morning. I'm sorry I missed last week, guys, but I was really not feeling well. Robert says, Patia, baby. I hear you, man. I feel you. I love Patia, and I love the atmosphere down there. I love everything about it. So, I miss it too, as well. John Paul, what's up, man? I hadn't heard from you in a while. Good to see you. Charles says, I saw Patia party busted. Yep, some expats there in front of Tree Town, and 3 Thais were busted for having alcohol and a gathering of more than 5 people. Actually, if you have alcohol right now and you're in a dark red zone, this is a fact. This is not a rumor. If you are in a dark red zone, as categorized by the CCSA, who is chaired by the Prime Minister, you cannot have alcohol with more than 1 person. So there cannot be groups of 5. Just to let you know. Steve Dunn, good to see you, man. Sorry you haven't gotten any notifications. I want you to go right now to the subscribe button on this channel. Go to the bell, click the bell, and hit all. It'll give you 3 choices. It'll say all, personalized, or none. Click the bell beside the subscribe button and click all. Then you will get every notification every time a video comes out on this channel. Steve was the one that sent me the message that said he hadn't gotten a notification. So, Prep for it, that's what I missed. Charles White says, oh yeah, I got that. Prep for it says anything, even positive rumors, is a good thing. That's true. And we do have some positive rumors to discuss today, some very good positive rumors. We hope that some of these rumors are true, to be honest with you. David, what's up, man? Living the dream? I don't know about living the dream. I'm definitely living, trying my best to get to the dream, making progress $1 at a time. Anon, this is a great time to make plans to move here to play tourist. Question, that's another thing. I 100% agree. This is a great time to make plans to move here, but it's still not a great time to make plans to come as a tourist, in my humble opinion. Okay. First, let me give a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a lawyer. I am not a immigration official. I have no official capacity to make any kind of medical, financial, legal. This is not financial advice. There's no legal advice in any form or fashion, medical, financial, given here. This is all my experience, some suggestions that I may have for you, and I hope you guys really enjoy it. Daryl says 1 in 4 tourists to Thailand is from China. Next would be India, then probably Japan. It'd be crazy not to try and get them back. That's fair enough. But I see some problems with that that I'm not going to go into yet. I'll get there. Robert, thank you so much for dropping the PayPal and Cash App tag there. I will pin that message to the top if you guys feel like supporting the channel. I'm trying to put together a travel fund here so that when things do reopen, hopefully before 2021 ends, we can start going places and making blogs again and doing things besides sitting in front of this computer. This lockdown has just got me sitting in front of a computer all day. Yeah. Not a good thing. Done and done. Excellent, Steve. Great to hear that. Lyle says, Tim, how did you beat me here? Oh, Tim spanked you, Lyle. I just want you to know that. He bent you over and he was here 30 minutes early, bro. Filtho says, hey, given the superstition of the Thai folk combined with all the cove disembodied of the last year, have there been any new ghost stories or rumors going around? Of course. We're going to, and I'm going to talk about those too, Filthos. Let's see. David says, send link, please. David, what link do you want me to send, buddy? You tell me what link to send, and I will send you a link. By the way, quick announcement before I get started. And I'll take comments after I read some of the news. We'll discuss one point at a time. Thank you guys for 17 likes already. I really appreciate that. That helps out the channel tremendously. Channel members. Content will be coming as content is available. What do I mean by that? There are, on my channel member section, there's content I can't put on YouTube on there, such as behind the scenes photo shoots. There's some places I've been that I can't put on the regular YouTube channel here. There's some facts that I give you that I can't talk about on the regular channel. And there's also a line group, which you are entitled to, which is a fantastic way to share information and have an uncensored dialogue amongst everyone. So there's two ways to do that. One, you can become a channel member to get in the line group, okay? Channel memberships are $2.99 a month. As long as you don't cancel your membership, I won't cancel you from the line group. Or, and I know this sounds like an outrageous price tag, but just think about it for a second, okay? Ross has set the bar. Ross is not a channel member, but he was willing to pay he paid $250 as a contribution to the channel to be able to have a lifetime membership to the line group. So, lifetime membership, $250, or you can become a channel member for $2.99 a month. Up to you. Let's see here. The man, the myth, the legend, Jeremy Cloudfelter. I don't know about that, but that is definitely something else. Thank you very much for requesting 35 Australian dollars. I think you meant to hit send instead of request. David, you sent me a request for money for 35 Australian dollars via PayPal. So I'm pretty sure you meant to hit send, but thank you for the effort. I appreciate that. At least we got something started for today already with through PayPal. So that's fantastic. No worries, Dave. Hey, Pan, good to see you. Good morning. Hope you are having a good Saturday. I'm so glad you're here. BC, what's up? Welcome back, man. I'm glad you're back from Atlanta, Georgia. Good to see you in here. Travel TV says, I'm coming as a tourist next month. They have me doing so much paperwork. Like, why do I have to get a certificate of entry is what he's calling, COE. If I have a visa, I can understand for a visa on arrival, but not for a pre-approved visa. Thai logic. That is the answer, Travel TV. That is the answer. And you know it as well as I do, because you've been here plenty of time, or you've spent enough time here to understand. Daryl, that would not be a bad idea for Jeremy. What did I miss? Daryl said, time to learn Thai online, Jeremy. Help pass the time. Be great. I have no time to pass. I have 3 jobs and an internship. There's no time to pass. I am teaching a couple days a week at my regular job, still on partial furlough. I'm teaching with an online company, an English online company. I have YouTube, which if you've never tried to make money as a YouTube creator, don't tell me it's not a job. Okay, just try to do it. Make a YouTube channel and say, I'm going to make some money every month with this YouTube channel. And then you tell me whether or not it's a job. So I have those 3 jobs, and then I have an internship, which I am working incredibly hard at honing in my skills and trying to do some of the things I've always wanted to do, because I absolutely love it. And I hope and pray that it goes through. So let me fix one thing in the phone, and then we will open up the news and we will start getting excited. Google her YouTube channel. Took lessons via Zoom with her while in quarantine. Very, very good teacher. Good. Okay, Anna. Very good. Very good. Very good. Pataya is the answer. Patty is the future. I hear you, bro. I hear you, Robert. I'm on the same page with you, man. Let me 1 second, guys. I want to make sure that this thing right here gets taken care of. Okay. There we go. All right. Now, all right, we're back in action. So, okay, I have 10:14 now. WTF, Tim? What are you talking about? Anna says, travel TV, different purposes. The COE, just make sure you have all your ducks in line. Sandbox arrangements, da-da-da-da. It's not really a big deal and doesn't cost anything. That's pretty cool. David says, send money. Send money. You want me to send you money, David? Is that what you're saying? Rob P says, call me when Soy 6 opens. It will reopen. And in fact, I think it is open, but there's nothing open on the like the street, because no bars can open, that kind of thing. There may be a few things open. Didn't realize how busy you are. Tough to find ways to distress. Yes, very much so, Daryl. And I have to tell you that right now, I don't have time to do anything. Somebody asked me the other day, like, why aren't you doing this one thing? And I was like, I can't find more than about an hour and a half during the day. That's not including lunchtime or, breakfast, that kind of thing, but just an hour and a half to just unwind. And I think that had a lot to do with, so did my doctor, frankly, had a lot to do with me getting sick. So, we're going to get there. Let's see. Philtho says, feeling musical. If I was a carpenter and you were a Thai immigration official, would you check my COE and demand insurance? Probably. I don't know. And I says, David is married to a German guy and has a little kid. I don't think she'd want to get packed in a box. Oh, well, David, if you want to send to me, then all you have to do is hit the send button, not the request button. Adam, I'm not sure what your comment meant, but I'm just going to leave that one alone. Tim says, that's funny, reopened. Yeah, we're getting there, guys, I promise. Jason, good to see you, Jason. I'm glad you were able to stop by, man. I really am. Get your Thai partner to teach you some words. Oh, she does. Trust me. She does. And it's painful. Hang on 1 second, guys. We got a typhoon going crazy over here. That's what I got a girlfriend for. Let's see. Tim says, so what will happen quicker? Thailand fully reopens or the year 2020 will fall upon us? The year 2020 will fall upon us, in my opinion. That's a great question, Tim. It's a good segue into all this stuff. Oh, that was a joke. Okay, and I got you, buddy. Kiss FM Patia. What's up? To all the DoMoreLife fam, you should really come to Pattaya. We miss you. We just noticed there is vacancy in many hotels. True story. I'm sure that is a true story. And yes, we are all looking forward to the return to Pattaya. Myself, more so than you could possibly imagine there, as I was talking about um, an internship that I'm working on and trying my very, very best to hone in my skills and do everything possible that I can to receive the benefits from that internship. I'm extremely excited about it, by the way. Jason says, yes, me too, and make her giggle. I clearly have a lot to learn. It's okay, man. Yeah, there's vacancy everywhere, guys. So let's get into some. It's been 20 minutes and I haven't even gotten into the news yet. Let's get into some rumors. Some rumors and some news, because killing the rumors are the best way for you guys to stay focused, and it's also the best way I can provide up-to-date and accurate information to you. Hey, Griffin, what's up, buddy? Went to the beach today, then dinner at a Thai restaurant. Boy, I'm glad you're in an area that allows you to do that. Ross says, I like rumors, but I'm more interested in innuendos. I like that. So there's one real big rumor that was posted online. I'm not going to say a rumor. It was actually a statement, but I consider it a rumor because promises like this have been made thus far here in Thailand, and they have not been kept. In fact, the only thing that was kept was the Phuket sandbox model. Everything else has been pushed back indefinitely, including the Pattaya reopen. I'm sorry, Robert V., but it's true. So, from our news source, the Tiger, did I plug my phone back in? Yes, I did plug my phone back in, but I plugged it into the wrong one. Okay, it's still not charging. Let's try it again. There we go. Now we have charging. All right. Headline reads, PM says restrictions are likely to be eased by early September. Now remember, this is the same PM that said Thailand would be fully reopened in October. Okay? And again, let me be clear. In no way, form, or fashion am I discrediting any Thai government official, any Thai government entity or office. None of that's being done. I just want to call out what's been said, what's been done in the past, the experience that I have with listening to their promises and their then them or the lack of them meeting those. It just, hey, 212 Roger, good to see you, man. Glad you are here. Very glad you're here. Sanibel Island, lots of shells. Sounds terrific, Griffin. So I'm not making a jab at any government official, or certainly not the PM, but this is something I wanted to go over because there's been a lot of misinformation that's come out from the government, and I don't think they did it intentionally. I think they have every intention to open it back up as soon as possible, because I just read the GDP forecast yesterday, and when I'm not going to cite the numbers because I might get one or two wrong. When I say bad, I mean decimated economy. Okay, decimated. David, you have requested more money from PayPal again. And I think, Robert, can you take care of that, please, sir? Thank you. There's Mike's. Hey, Mike's. live my ass off. At Griffin, I love Sanibel Island. Gracie and I had a great time there. Big fan of Lovers Key over there to enjoy it. Sounds like a prominent. Let's see. Sounds like a prominent place to go visit. Sorry, guys, just got to fix one thing real quick. Of course, naturally during the live streams, because we are having a couple little issues. No worries. Yes, and we want to go back. Give me 1 second, guys. Want to go back here. So we are being, just so you guys know, I've got to stop for a minute. I've got to block some people on PayPal because we're being screwed with again on PayPal. And people are requesting money. They're trolls. And so we're going to go in here and block these people either now or right after the stream. I don't know what would be better, but we'll see what we can do here. Let me go to my home page real quick. And I can't remember, go to, let's see. We do have, it looks like we do have a PayPal though. Yes. Roger, not Roger McGee, but another Roger has sent 21 US dollars to our PayPal. Thank you very much, Roger. I appreciate that. And I'm not worried about all these requests because I will block all these people and contact PayPal after the live stream. I want to get on with the live stream here because, I mean, there's literally, we've been through this before and they tried to mess with my PayPal. So, not even going to worry about messing with them right now. Thank you very much, Roger, for the PayPal. I do appreciate it. And we'll get back to the news here. Let me just catch up. Filtos has another petty peeve. Decimated technically means 10% destroyed. We got to find a better word for the Thai economy. Yeah, that's true. Jackson says, Rob P, I'm in a country that reopened. The currency rebounded about 12% a month after. That's awesome. Ross says, Jackson, what country? Rob P, I believe, bot will recover fast. Jackson says, Ross and Rayong, Georgia. Prep for it, report, and block all trolls. No rush. Yeah, I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that after the live stream, guys. Don't worry about it. That was 212 Roger that sent to PayPal. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Very, very much. Very, very, very much. Steve Perrin says, Filthos, not a lot of people know that. Good man. Filthos is a good man. Thanks again, Roger, for the contribution. I appreciate that. Tim says, bot recover. I mean, it's not like it was booming before this whole thing started. That's fair enough. Let me see if I can get back to my article here so we can get started on the news. So, with a drink of water, the headline reads, PM says restrictions are likely to be eased by early September. Hey, Scott. Good to see you, man. It reads, PM says disease control measures, including nightly curfews and business closures in Bangkok and other dark red zones, are likely to be eased by early September as the COVID infection rate, while still high, is beginning to decline. So, again, the government is only focused on the infection rate. What good that's going to do, I don't know. I have no idea. But that's all they focus on. I don't see them focused on hospitalizations. I don't see them focused on the very ill. I just see them focused on infection rates. And with the variant that's spreading throughout the country, people are going to get infected. And I would say a jab is a good way to solve that problem. Well, is a way to solve that problem. It doesn't completely solve the problem because you can still get it, but that's something that you can do. You can also take alternative measures as you see fit, but there are a lot of things you can do. Let's see here. The Prime Minister made the announcement on his Facebook page saying that while the COVID case count has been around 20,000 each day, the outbreak is slowing down. Look, you're going to have outbreaks and you're going to have declines. Okay, it's just the way life is going to work from this point forward. I mean, again, I'm not a medical doctor. You don't take anything I say to heart, but I just don't see it happening any other way. Every time they put us in lockdown, the numbers go up. Every time. That's a statistical fact. You can check it yourself. Jason says, probably because the case numbers dictate what your risk level is on travel. Yeah, well, see, what they're doing is some of these people, in fact, most of these people have mild to no symptoms or no symptoms at all. So they're sending them home to isolate. So they're in home isolation. Or they're in a field hospital isolating there. So I don't know. You got a point, Jason, but I don't know that covers the entire basis of the infection rate problem that they have. I'm not sure. The Prime Minister made the announcement on his Facebook page saying while the case count has been around 20,000 each day, the outbreak is slowing down, with the number of recoveries each day exceeding the number of new cases. Now, that is a good statement. That's important. When the number of people being discharged from care is greater than the number of people who are being or the number of cases that are being found, I believe that is an important number. So as the recovery rate continues to go up, that's a positive sign. But he's worried about the number of people who are no longer with us. And with the highly transmissible Delta variant spreading in Thailand, Perut says the public needs to work together to lower the infection rates, which will then prevent deaths. And again, I talked about this in Thursday live stream. What more do you want me to do? What more do you want me to do? I go shopping to Macro once a week. I get up, I either teach classes online here, work on YouTube, work on my internship, or I go to my actual job and come straight home. That's been my life for the last 3 months. What more can I do? What more do you want me to do? How can I work more closely together with people? I'm masked up everywhere I go. I'm hand gelled up everywhere I go. What more do you want me to do? That's my question. Charles says the U.S. is sliding. We started wearing masks 2 weeks ago. Now the kids are back in school and work. Restarted work from home, except me, of course. I hear you. Ross, that's a good point. 24 thumbs up and 3 down. Great. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Greatly appreciate it. Okay, the current restrictions, this is getting some of those travel rumors I was talking about with the travel restrictions. We've already heard from the PM that it's likely that some of the travel restrictions could be eased next month, early September, as things continue to decline. No, Ross, I understand. But there's also a lot of people that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. There's some people that, of course, are not following the rules, of course. But there are also people that, don't, that do exactly what I do. Look, let me put it like this. drunk drivers get on the road and kill people. Okay, we don't ban cars. All right, we don't lock down cars. All right, you want to talk about fatalities? Let's talk about road fatalities in Thailand. The only advantage of the lockdowns that I've seen is the road fatalities have been lower than the number of infections, daily infections, because Thailand has some of the worst numbers in the world on road deaths. The road deaths killed more people in Thailand than they kill a lot of people here in Thailand. We don't ban motorbikes, scooters, and cars from being on the road beside each other. That's my point. Yeah, you lock up drunk drivers, but you don't ban the cars on the road. They can still get drunk and get in the car. Anybody can. Just because the drunk driver that's the consequence after the fact, right? That it's not a. I just don't. I'm not with the lockdowns. I'm sorry. Let's see. Charles McCaffrey says U.S. sliding because they're. Yeah, that's politics. We're not going to talk about that. Lamanos Z says PM don't have. Not sure if I can leave that comment up, but thank you for your comment. I appreciate it. Just can't leave it up there. Per capita road deaths are world's worst, Rob says. I would believe it. All right, more about the travel restrictions and the rumors about those. The current restrictions and color-coded zoning based off provincial infection rates was extended this week and will remain in place at least until the end of the month. Restrictions include nightly curfews, the suspension of interprovincial public transportation, and numerous closures in dark red zones, like Bangkok, where I'm at. If the COVID situation improves by the end of the month, the restrictions are likely to be eased by early September, Prayut says. So let's just remember that's what was said, okay? The Prime Minister outlined guidelines recommended by the Public Health Ministry to help lower the infection rate. He says those who have visited high-risk locations or believe they may have come into contact with someone infected with COVID should either test themselves with an antigen test kit or seek medical attention at a local hospital. I have no problem with that. That's a good, fair recommendation. 100% fair recommendation. If you think you might have come in contact with somebody or you think you might have it, you should definitely get tested. That will prevent spread for sure. So this is where it gets interesting. These are the guidelines recommended by the Public Health Ministry. 1, only leave the house if it is necessary. Really. Remain a safe distance at least 1 to 2 meters away from others. Almost nobody does that. You can't do that in an elevator, in most elevators here in Thailand. So, wash your hands with soap or use alcohol gel before eating. Also, wash or clean your hands after using the toilet or after using your hand to cover your mouth or nose, sneezing, or coughing. That should be common sense. Everybody should already be able to do that. And I mean, that's pretty self-explaining. Number 5, avoid touching your face or your mask. Number 6, people in the high-risk groups, people over 60s, and people with chronic diseases should avoid going out. So if you have some type of chronic illness, just don't go anywhere. Sit at home. Be bored. Get fat. It's unhealthy to sit at home all the time. It's just unhealthy. Number 7, clean or disinfect areas that you have touched before leaving. Number 8, separate all personal items. Do not share items with others. For instance, don't use the same glass. Boys and girls, if you're out on the date, don't use the same glass. Number 9, recommended to eat only hot or freshly cooked food and sit separately. However, if you are sharing a meal in a bowl or plate, use a separate spoon. If you're sharing a meal in a bowl, it doesn't matter if you use a separate spoon or not. Both people are going to come into contact with the germs. It's just like double dipping, right? Okay. So those are that's my report on some of the rumors about travel restrictions being eased. Nothing about Thailand reopening, but travel restrictions being eased. We have a interesting something here that I want to warn about. If I can find it again. So there was one more thing that I really wanted to get to, and that was the reopening. So they're having cases down in Phuket right now as people continue to pour in and come in, that kind of thing. And that's cool. It's all good. But what are they doing with those people? Is my question. We don't get a lot of reports about that. I heard a report. See, this is a rumor. I heard a report that there was a day last week where there was more than 100 cases in Phuket reported. Originally, they'd said if they got more than 90 cases per week, they would take measures for more restrictions, or they would close the Phuket sandbox down. So, like, what's up? Who's telling the truth? What's happening? Where was I at here? Let me get to some comments. BC says, at Jackson, who do you use? Where would you invest the currency? Jordana, what's AKA Patrick? What's up, brother? Good to see you. New curfews are set almost monthly here in Belize. Man, I wish I was in Belize. I've always wanted to go to Belize. I'm sorry about the curfews, though. That's not good. Daryl says, I hate lockdowns, but not sure what alternatives there are to slow down the spread once your local hospitals start to get full. This, in my opinion, again, not medical advice, okay? In my opinion, this is something we're going to have to live with for a very long time, okay? The more people that receive the vaccine, probably the more likely there are to be less severe infections and less infections overall. So the hospitals should not be overrun with critically ill or severely ill patients. It's one of those things where it's been so long, we've seen time and time again, the numbers themselves prove that lockdowns just don't work. They don't work. So if you want to isolate people that you know are infected, that's a different story. But locking down an entire community, an entire province, an entire 29 provinces is just not going to work. The alternative would be to learn how to live with it, just like we live with heart disease, just like we live with cancer, just like we live with the flu each year. Those kind of things would have to be. That's my answer. Learn to live with it. Consider it an endemic versus a pandemic. That's my answer, Daryl. I don't know who agrees with that, but that's just how I feel. Filtho says, I heard there was one guy in Rayong who knew how to drive. Yeah, I know, right? Ross can drive. He's a good driver. Tim says, Phil, yeah, but I also heard he was iffy. Nah, he's pretty cool. Rob P says, Australia doesn't want people talking to each other. I read that somewhere, and that's just draconian. I'm sorry. It is. So what does this mean for foreign tourism coming to Thailand, and what does it mean for domestic tourism coming to Thailand? Well, for foreign tourism coming to Thailand, it means that you're not going to be able to do very much when you get here as of right now. Okay. If Thailand meets their original goal of reopening in October, which we have already been told is going to be pushed back. By the way, I know the story I was talking about this morning I was going to read to you. Chiang Mai has now officially been, their opening date of October the 1st has been pushed back. So if you had plans to go to they're actually using, I believe, 9 tourism companies, with a stay of 4 days and 3 nights, to the best of my ability, or to the best of my recollection. That's what the article said, and they have had to push those plans back due to the, of course, rising number of infections, or the number of infections up there. Everything's about the infections. Cardano up. That's good to look forward to. Yeah, but I only have just a few of those, so it's good. Let's see. Tim says, so let me get this straight. I arrived early for this, and Jeremy is late. Yeah, a little bit. Patrick says, double dipping. Yeah. Daryl from Australia says, don't forget the guidelines are for all of Thailand. Same glass straw close together everywhere in villages. Rapi says paper straws. Yeah, that's true. They do use some paper straws here. Yeah, that the social distancing and the basic, the mask wearing and all that stuff, that's pretty much mandatory just about everywhere. But these other restrictions are just absolutely not cool, in my opinion. Just not cool. So Richard Cypress, my man, good to see you. Hello from California. Hello from Bangkok, sir. Tim says they're trying paper straws in America as well. Yep. I heard about that. Travel TV says, I think they meant 90 infected tourists. Yes. They could have meant that, but let me ask you a question, whether it's 90 infected tourists or 90 infected locals that are going to be around tourists, why does it matter? 90 is 90. That's just my thought on it. I don't know. You could be 100% correct, and I could be 100% wrong. That's what popped in my head. Jackson says, BC, I have an account on Forex.com, but not an active real money one yet. They let you do practice trades on there. Good resource. Cool. I love learning about making money. Autumn says, Travel TV, my thought also. Okay, fair enough. Lamonis Z says, wise words. Thank you. Daryl from Australia says, agree 100%. Once Thailand can get the vaccine rolled out, I have friends in province who have been waiting for it for a few months. Yes, the rollout of the vaccine has been a major, major problem in Thailand. That's one reason that you have not seen the numbers go through the roof in terms of travel. That's one reason you've not seen the numbers go through the roof in terms of tourism coming back, especially foreign tourism. Nothing's really open. Like, for example, if you come over here and go to Phuket, yeah, you got some options. You got the 7+7 option where you can go to Koh Samui and that kind of thing, but there are still restrictions in all these places, okay? And then if you want to go to somewhere like Pattaya, well, what are you going to do? Because everything's closed. Like, everything's closed except for the essentials, grocery stores and that kind of thing. There's no nightlife. All the bars and clubs and all that stuff is closed. To the best of my knowledge, there's an alcohol ban right now. I know there's one here in Bangkok. So what are you going to do? If you go somewhere, if you do find a restaurant that is open in these areas, pretty sure you can't buy alcohol in there. So if you want to go out at night and have a drink, that's not going to happen. It's just one of those funny things that keeps repeating itself. Thailand keeps doing the same thing over and over, thinking something's going to change, and that's what I've seen. I've been here 3 years and 4 months now. I've been here since the beginning of all this. and I'm currently still here in the middle of all this. And I think that is going to be the Achilles heel for Thailand. I did read an article yesterday that said it would take 8 to 10 years for the Thailand economy to recover for this. And the longer they wait to reopen the country, the longer that time frame could get. I did read that. So dispelling any rumors of a Thailand economic recovery in 2 to 3 years, I think is at this point almost laughable. They have shut down so many businesses with, it almost seems like that. I know they care about the citizens, but it almost seems like they are more worried about the infection rates than the economy. Thailand is on a slippery slope right now economically, and they're sliding fast in the wrong direction. Big C, good morning to you, man. From Lockdown Easton. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Charles White, I have a double dipping, spoon sharing, sweet Thai girlfriend. She can do what she wants as far as it keeps her happy. I hear you, bud. Ross says, I've been driving for 42 years and I've never been in an accident. You are a lucky man, my friend. You are a lucky man. Prep Force says if they ease restrictions like getting rid of the mandatory and expensive queue hotels, I would fly to Pattaya tomorrow. There won't be anything. Well, there's things for you to do, but you have to do them offline, and not everything is going to be legal, and you don't want to get caught doing illegal things. For example, let me read you the article about the people that got busted in Pattaya. I believe it was last night. I want you to listen to this and just see how I can't say the words I want to say. Police arrest 21 people at Pattaya party violating COVID-19 decree. I thought it was called the emergency decree. Yet another party breaking all COVID-19 restrictions was just broken up in central Pattaya tonight with 21 people arrested. The event was in front of the Tree Town Market area on Sobacal, and police raided the party just before 9 p.m. Pattaya and the rest of Chonburi province is now a maximum control dark red zone, and gatherings of more than 5 people are strictly prohibited, and gatherings of any size with alcohol are banned. That's where the one person alcohol rule comes in. Thai logic. See? The restrictions are regulated by the National Emergency Decree and Communicable Disease Act, as well as locally by the Chonburi Provincial Disease Committee order. The party attracted concern from several neighbors worried about COVID-19 spreading through large gatherings, who alerted the Pattaya police. When officers were dispatched to the party location, they found a group of 3 Thai people and 18 foreign nationals. Police reported that they were drinking alcohol and socializing in a big group in violation of the current COVID-19 restrictions. The group seemed to be flagrantly disregarding all safety measures, according to the police on the scene. They were all taken into custody and transported to the police station where they currently remain. The group faces... This is what you get for socializing in a dark red zone, okay? The group faces multiple legal charges for the unlawful party, and because of the emergency decree laws in effect, may face prison terms of up to 2 years and fines of up to 40,000 baht. The identities of the partygoers have not been released to the public yet. Source on this is the Pattaya News. So, that's another reason why you don't want to just come to Pattaya and start doing things that you probably shouldn't do according to the law. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it because it's a bad thing or whatever, anything like that. Just saying that according to Thai law, there are a whole lot of bad things that people can do right now, and it's it seems to be really unsettling with a lot of people. In fact, we'll look at the Pattaya News here. It says, opinion, Thailand should seriously consider just letting vaccinated foreign visitors in with much lesser rules. That was an opinion, of course. 31-year-old driver is no longer with us after crashing his motorbike into a tractor trailer truck in Chonburi. Imagine that. What else do we have? Chonburi governor orders more COVID-19 related temporary targeted closures, company, worker camp, and construction sites. So the governor in Chonburi is ordering more closures down there. Doesn't look like Pattaya, and we've already heard the announcement. They were supposed to open in October. We've already been told that that's not going to happen. So, just sad. Just sad. Let's see here. What else can I give you guys from this? So Chonburi, day before yesterday, reported 1,348 new cases, with 10 people no longer with us. 1,246 people recovered. Those are pretty good numbers. It'll come down, but Pattaya is one of those places that's always going to have the numbers a little bit higher because just because it's easy to interact down there. It's not. You really have to be here and understand just how easy it is to interact with people. I mean, as long as you have the Line app or Tinder or Thai Friendly, you can interact with people. It can be done. BC says, Jackson, I seen the same thing being recommended during another live stream I watch regularly, so I check with them, let you know how to find. He's talking finance. Tim says, Ross, DUIs is another story, LOL. I'm just kidding you, bro. Jackson says, BC, thanks, good looks. I've been trading crypto for years, but I'm new to Forex. So Jackson, drop me some good info on trading crypto. Love to hear it. Not going to happen until March or April 22. Someone with no name says not going to happen until March, April 22. Or maybe that is his name. I don't know. You could be right. That would be a rumor. And at this current time, I cannot dispel that rumor with fact. I can tell you if that happens, there won't be much left here. Really, there won't be much left. Businesses have taken such a beating during this whole chaotic mess that many of them have permanently closed. You will see a lot of new businesses popping up when things start to reopen, simply due to the fact that there's just been nothing opening up. People have been the government has called for these lockdown measures and to shut down various hotels, definitely restaurants and bars, nightclubs. All that stuff's been closed since April. That's a tremendous amount of business that has been lost. That is a tremendous amount of revenue that has been lost. Tim says, I still do not understand the whole crypto thing. Don't worry, Tim. I'm still learning myself. Kel says, the problem is they don't know what this gene-oriented... yeah, YouTube doesn't like those comments, but I agree with you, Kel. People are recovering. Natural... Yeah, see, I can't read your comment. I'm going to have to remove it. But everybody take a moment to read Kel's comment there because I don't just, you can't really disagree with that. Well, you can, but the second part of your statement holds true. But I guess, hey, everybody seems to think that the vaccines are the answer. So, for the purposes of keeping this channel up and alive and clean and that kind of thing, we're going to remove that comment. Let's see. Daryl says, I think Thailand will fully open up once they vaccinate the percentage of the people they decide on. Well, they originally decided on 70%. We're nowhere near that number, not even close to that number. Until then, I think they will do only sandbox travel to specific places. I agree 100%. Daryl, I think you're right. No Name says, right, everything closed. You can get alcohol, but take home to drink. Welcome to Pattaya. Yeah, same thing. Welcome to Bangkok, right? GM says, Jackson, I live in USA. Do you think it's good? Okay, we're not on. You guys can talk about that, but the topic of this is not investing. We're trying to talk about rumors in Thailand and stuff. So, you guys go ahead and have your side conversation if you want. Rob P says, well, they don't print. Well, he's talking about gold too. Jay says, we can talk about the destruction of the economy, but people at the top are still making the money, so the restriction will last forever. That is a fair thought, Jay. The people at the top are still making their money. That's 100% correct. I think the people that benefited most from the lockdowns are probably the wealthy, and that's not just here in Thailand. That's all over the world. I also think that as long until the population of a country rises up against things that they feel are unfair or that take away their freedoms or something like that, until the population makes itself known that it's greater than the government, nothing's going to change. And I'm not encouraging by any means protest or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there are plenty of legit ways to make your case known, to make yourself be heard to people without creating any kind of act of violence or anything. We don't want any of that. But like if you're in America, you call your senators, you call your representatives, you call your mayor, you call your local city council, you do things like that to be heard. Rob P says, Jeremy gonna throw a house party? Definitely not. But Jay, that's a good thought. I think these restrictions here in Thailand are going to go back and forth for years to come. To be honest with you, I really do. Let's see. Kale says, new Thai law not allowed to wear sunscreen in Thailand now as it's affecting the Thailand coral. That's true to a certain extent. See, that's another rumor. They're only banning certain sunscreens, so you have to look up which ones are banned and which ones are not. It's some kind of chemical in some of the sunscreens. You sound like a good old boy. I am from the South in North Carolina, so yeah, I would hope to be a good old boy. Daryl from Australia. Oh, we can't use that. That's for sure. But yeah, we can wait till next year. That's cool. Where was I? Sorry, guys. Catching back up here. GM says, thank you to Jackson. I'll research more about it. Awesome. John, I guess that's what you want me to call you, Mr. No Name John. Craplaw, what's up, man? Thank you for joining the chat. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. By the way, people that think you make a lot of money from online teaching, I just want to tell you that currently you make about $7 per class. Okay. In 2 weeks, I've taught 21 classes so far. That's how much money I've made online teaching. So what I've been spending most of my time on are getting certifications and getting through all the training bids and all that stuff so that I can get prepared to make more money teaching online. So don't think for one second that I've replaced my income by any means. I just want to throw that out there for you guys that think that, oh, well, he's working, he's doing great. He's really not. Live 32 up and 4 down. Wow. Thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I am feeling much better, Crab Claw. Thank you very much for asking. I do appreciate it. I really do. Today I felt the best I felt since last Friday. So not yesterday, but the Friday before. So I appreciate that very, very much. GM says this situation will stay 5 years. That is a prediction, and I see no reason why it could be wrong, other than the fact that the Thai people are starting to recognize what's going on, and it's evident in some of the news and some of the things that are happening. I can't talk about on here, but they're starting to wise up to what's really going on. Also, I wanted to remind you, those people that got arrested in Pattaya were reported on by neighbors. So if, especially like the Thai people or even certain expats, if they see you getting together with a bunch of people or whatever, they're going to call the police. They just are. Okay. Because people in Thailand are absolutely, thoroughly terrified of this illness. I mean, terrified of it. If you have a chronic illness, or you have underlying health conditions, or you are elderly, I totally get it. I would be scared, very, very scared of it myself, 100%. For those of us who fall within the bell curve zone, I don't know why you're so scared. Get sick, get better, right? That's what we have immune systems for. If you want to get less sick, their vaccines are available, right? If you want to have better odds of not catching it at all, get a vaccine. The odds are better. And if you're elderly and you have underlying conditions, then of course I encourage you to get a jab. I've had one jab. I'm awaiting the second, and I'm not pro or anti. I am in this case, I am pro-choice. I believe people should have the right to do whatever they want to do. That's just how I feel. Now, Jim says, I used to go to Cuba on my vacations to my... Yeah, I understand. I get it. Hadn't been to Cuba, and definitely hadn't been for that reason, but hey, I don't think now's a good time to go to Cuba. Rob P says, I think they reported over 1 million people were infected in Thailand. I wonder what the real number is. That's a good question, Rob, and they did report that. That is a fact. Thailand has now surpassed 1 million COVID infections, which I probably would assume Thailand never saw coming. The flights, back to the travel rumors, there's a lot of stuff up in the air about what flights are going to come from where, what countries are going to be flown in. As you know, Thailand has been put on a couple countries, red zones, red list, super caution, that kind of thing. So can't really say that people are going to be returning soon, which is probably why they're looking for travel bubbles and other things. Where did I see that post about the travel bubbles and the let me see here. Let me see if I can find it wouldn't be in the forum. Maybe it would be home. I don't know. Anything related to COVID? Because I really wanted to talk to you guys about this, these travel bubbles and other things that had been talked about recently that I read this morning. There it is. Okay, so check this out. This is rumor. Even though it's been reported, I don't think nothing is in place to the best of my knowledge. Thailand, this is for foreign travelers, and it could become useful for domestic travelers. So please pay attention if you are a foreign traveler looking to come to Thailand. Thailand plans to launch a travel bubble arrangement with South Korea once the COVID situation improves. I want somebody to define COVID situation improving. That's what I want somebody to define. A logical COVID situation improving, not just the infection rates dropping. I want to hear real improvement. I want to hear hospitalizations going down. I want to hear less deaths. I want to hear less less critically ill patients. The Tourism Authority of Thailand says the plan would allow for quarantine-free travel between two countries with hopes it will provide Thailand with a much-needed boost in tourism. Thailand does need a boost in tourism, that's for sure. The plan has been confirmed by the TAT's, the guy, I can't say his name, who will oversee international marketing for the Asia and South Pacific regions from October. Quote, my first mission will be able to talk to the new Chinese ambassador. His first mission will be to talk to the new Chinese ambassador to Thailand about the possibility of allowing Chinese citizens to travel abroad. Chinese, who's currently under a massive lockdown again. We are also preparing talks with South Korea to launch a tourist exchange program or travel bubble without the need for quarantine. We are considering the timing and procedures for the program's launch once the situation in Thailand unwinds. And he's talking about COVID, of course. Nation Thailand reports that TAT offices in the region are busy promoting the kingdom to vaccinated Asian travelers as tourists participating in Phuket Sandbox Scheme and the Sumoy Plus reopening are primarily from Europe and the U.S. In addition to South Korea, the TAT plans to target other Asian countries with a low rate of infection, including China, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. However, of note is that Hong Kong officials recently moved Thailand to its list of high-risk countries, with arrival subject to mandatory 21-day quarantine. So if you go to, from Thailand to Hong Kong, you may have to face a 21-day queue before you get to go out in Hong Kong. This is according to the Nation Thailand report. The TAT says it will ask other Asian nations to help reduce the cost of quarantine for returning citizens. Source Nation Thailand. So that's something to help dispel some of the travel rumors that you may or may not hear going on in Thailand right now, or around Thailand, I should say. I think it's I don't know. I think everything is speculation at this point. That's my opinion. Let's see. Lyle says, let's talk about where someone can go today to find an excellent tour guide. You can actually go to Pattaya for that. Like I said, all you need is a dating app and Line, the messaging app. That's it. You can also do the same, I'm sure, in Phuket or Bangkok. Here in Bangkok, it's wide open as usual. Thank you guys for thumbs up. I appreciate that. Looks like we got 37 so far. That's good. Gregory, what's up, man? Sorry late. Just logging in, saying hello to everyone. Keep it safe. We're trying to do our best, man. BC says, I travel to North Carolina often to hit the casino in Murphy. I hear you, bro. I assume that's up in the mountains. I haven't been to a casino in Carolina. Yeah, Kel, so I was going to talk about that a little bit, but again, that was a rumor, and they have now decided that they will. I'm going to take your comment down in a little bit. So if anybody wonders what we're talking about, they have decided that they will allow that kind of material for verified users. So non-verified users will be banned from putting up that kind of material. but verified users will be able to do so. So, sorry, had to remove that. Really can't. That's not really live stream YouTube stuff. But thank you for the comment anyway. Did you register for the foreigner vaccine? I didn't, but I did, but didn't get an appointment yet. What about you, John? John, what happened was, so I had originally registered, and then of course they closed down because they didn't have. I mean, the whole website just shut down because they didn't have any vaccines, which is often the case here. But what happened was, a good friend of mine contacted me one morning and said, hey, registration is open at this website through the U.S. Embassy. They have a few vaccines, and you can register right now to get one. And so I went there and registered immediately, and about 10 minutes after I registered, it was closed. So, you know, the shots are just, the jabs are just so in such short supply here. They got to get them rolled out. You know, they ordered 20 or 30 million more Sino doses, which I don't know what for, because everybody that's had 2 Sinos is now being encouraged to get a 3rd booster because they found out the efficacy drops with Sino I believe every 50 days it loses 40% of its efficacy, which is why all the frontline healthcare workers were encouraged or told to get a 3rd booster. That happened here in Thailand. Many of them came down with the illness again after receiving the 2 Sinos. So why Thailand did that? No clue. Thai logic. That's my answer. But yes, that's how I registered. And they said I had to wait 12 weeks to get my second one, not 30 days. So, because there's just the supply is so short over here. Good question though, John. Kel says, I think if you smoke, it's a real problem if you get infected. Thank God, never smoked myself. Yep. It may be. I'm not sure. Thailand doing a great job vaccinating expats for free. Agree, Daryl. I agree with that 100%. But there are some you can pay for, but the vast majority, mine was free, of course. Crabclaw says 2022. If you want to hit Patia for your dream girl aerobics instructor, cold hard fact. You may be right, buddy. You may be right, because it's going to take a long time. So the mayor of Patia has said that he plans to turn Walking Street into a world famous tourist attraction where there are shops and diners and Thai culture stuff and just a place for tourism to just thrive, right? So if that happens, you can bank on Tree Town, LK Metro, and anything in and around the Soy Bucao area becoming the new nightlife spots. I can guarantee it. Because that'll be where the nightlife moves to. It has to. And it could move to other places in Patia. We don't know. Talking about Patia is one of my favorite subjects, just to let you guys know. And I have no problem talking about it all day and all night. I have many videos on this channel talking about that. So, if you want to look at some videos from Patia, I have an entire playlist on Patia. But yeah, it may be 2022. I hope it's not. I really hope it's not, Crabclaw. The only thing I see preventing a 2022 reopening, in other words, something coming in earlier, is just more jabs. Because that seems to be Thailand's solution to everything, is more jabs. More jabs. I'm not saying that's the wrong answer by any means. I'm just saying that every sentiment I hear from everybody is more jabs, more jabs, more jabs. Daryl says, Thai people in my province are very scared. They live with their parents and grandparents who generally have underlying conditions. Family is number one to them. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Especially in provincial areas, not like Bangkok, where you find a lot of people live by themselves in condos, or they live with their partner or whatever. In the provinces, families tend to live together, and they have old grandmothers and grandfathers who are old, have underlying conditions, and it is a problem up there, and they do need to get the jabs up there to those people as quickly as possible. I agree. That's a fair comment there. Very fair. Jay says, has this situation changed your view on overseas living, especially Asia? Yes. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It has me thinking every day about doing something different. I just don't know what yet. Well, I have a couple plans, but I'm thinking real hard on what I should do. A lot is going to depend on this internship that I'm pursuing, and we're going to see how that goes. If that goes well, then Thailand will probably be Thailand is my home, by the way. And Thailand will probably remain my home for a long time to come. Crabclaw said, "Oh, Travel Eats, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Much appreciated." Crabclaw says, "Nothing stays the same forever. Of course, it will rebound. The question is when." I agree 100%. 100%. The question is when. And here's the answer. As of the making of this video, nobody can tell you. That's the truth. Nobody can tell you when exactly. If anybody tries to tell you when, they made it up in their head. Okay? It's just words. John Paul says, "Hello from Brooklyn, New York, the worst city in America." I've heard Brooklyn's had some problems lately, man. Ross says, "John Paul, that's Chicago." Yeah, Ross doesn't like Chicago very much. Law says, "Ross, I have to agree." Crap Law says, "I smoke every day and walk in Walmart maskless. That's how I roll." I hear you, Crabclaw. I hear you. My dad is my father's had he got the virus originally. Had very mild symptoms. Then he got 2 jabs of the Pfizer, and so he's been fully vaccinated, and he absolutely hates wearing masks. But when he'll wear them if he's out in public in Walmarts and indoor places, but if he's outside, he's just like, "Sorry guys, I did everything they told me to do, and it is what it is." So he kind of rolls that way too a little bit. My dad's a wonderful man, but I'm not saying what he's doing right, not saying what he's doing wrong, just saying I get it. Crabclaw, I get it. John Paul says, "Question, since those crazy damn..." Okay, we're going to leave politics out of it, John Paul. We're going to say, "I'm planning on moving to Phuket for 6 months. Do you know if it's easy to get a 6-month visa with unlimited exits and entries?" At this point, I think it's impossible to get a 6-month visa with unlimited exits and entries. That would be a ThaiVisa.com lookup you would need to go to, or go to the Immigration Bureau's website. I don't know of a 6-month visa that Thailand currently offers, other than if you're going to get a retirement visa or something. You could stay here and exit with a re-entry permit and then come back in whenever you wanted to, or an elite visa. You could do that. Those are some options, but a 6-month visa, no, not to my knowledge. The other John says, "U.S. donated 2.5 million vaccines. Do you think they could give some of them to U.S. citizens? We did pay for this with our tax money." John, yes, I do, and I am one of the people that received. So what happens is they send a big shipment over, and the shipment was, this is how I got mine. So the shipment was primarily for the U.S. embassy workers and all the U.S. government people that are over here, and then they had a bunch left over, right? So U.S. citizens got them, and then you got behind the U.S. citizens, everybody was there. There were people from India, there were people from Germany, there were people from Europe, there were Thais, plenty of Thais there were getting jabs. And if you look at the pictures of, so here's a travel rumor that goes around a lot. Are Thais obsessed with getting the jab? Well, you can use obsessed or not obsessed, but if you look at the pictures of the centers that are giving out the vaccines, they're packed. I mean, packed with Thais and with foreigners as well. But Thais are definitely. I don't want to use the word obsessed, but they are adamantly trying to get the jab. And John, I'm sorry, but because you have a political statement in there, not that I agree or disagree with your statement, but we don't do politics on here. Sorry, bud. But you're welcome to talk about anything else. Lyle says, after I got my first Pfizer jab, they recommended a third jab for the D variant. They will probably recommend 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th jabs later on. It wouldn't surprise me at all. Thank you guys for 40 likes on the video so far. That's awesome, man. Can we get to 50? That would be great. Ross says, I thought Walking Street already was a tourist destination. It is, Ross. You and I both know it is. It is. But according to the Pattaya governor, he has plans to do other things with it. He wants to make it a more family-friendly area. And we both know right now it's not exactly family-friendly. Or if it was open, it wouldn't be. Mac, I told him that, wait a minute, I missed Kel's comment. He says, do you think Jomtien could take off as it's moderately cheaper rent for business? Absolutely. Jomtien is a wonderful place. I've spent time there. And yes, it could take off as a business sector. There's a ton of things you could do in Jomtien that would make money. So yeah, Jomtien's a very viable option, Kel. Good question. Mac says, I told him this. No lonely girls, just lonely guys. That's a very good point. Filtho says, well, fading in Philly, so we'll have to catch the rest on replay. Be well, all you too, Filthos. Take care of yourself, buddy. This guy's so late with reading or do his tube. I try to read every comment, and I read articles. This is how I run my live stream. See you, Ross. Have a good one. John says, I have an elite visa. It's good for 5 years, multiple entry. Yep, that would be a good way to go for the person that asked. Nothing wrong with that at all. So it looks like we had a few trolls try to hit up PayPal, which I'll take care of that in a few minutes. Thank you very much, Roger, who contributed the $21. I greatly appreciate it. Every little bit helps. I'm currently still in financial hardship over here, so it's very much appreciated. Okay, Travel TV, see you, bud. Take care of yourself, man. Look forward to seeing you in a month or so. So thanks for the contribution. I really appreciate that. Crapclaw says, if anyone here is new, check out JC's older videos on Thailand advice. This guy's good, real good. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Really appreciate that. There are some good videos on there where I do talk about things you should do and things you shouldn't do in Thailand. And sometimes they're really good. Sometimes they're some, how should we say, off-label topics. But nevertheless, it's always good. And it's always fun. It's always fun. So I have a good time doing these live streams with you guys. So I'll start by thanking anyone who monetarily contributed today, which was just Roger. 212. Thank you very much, Roger, for your contribution. I appreciate that very, very much. Crabclaw says you're in the top 3 in my humble opinion. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that, man. That makes me feel real good. Real good. So thank you for the monetary contribution, as that goes a long way to help out. It really does. I want to thank my moderators for being super awesome, as they always are. Appreciate that very, very much. I want to thank anybody who made a comment in here, whether it was removed or not. I appreciate that very much. So thank you guys for making it a wonderful live stream. I hope that I provided some value on this live stream that you guys need. I hope I answered some questions that you guys have. And Crapclaw says, next week we'll do a match deal I'll sponsor. Hey, sounds good to me, man. Sounds good to me. Thank you, Crapclaw. BC says, in another country, is there a city that comes close to replicating Pattaya? And what country would you recommend? John says, nice job. See you next time. Thanks, John. BC, let me answer that question on another live stream, just because we're simply out of time today. I would say there are certain cities, but I've not been to them yet, and had enough time to really get to know all the info there. So, let me get back to you on that one. I don't want to lie to you about anything or mislead you in any way. Lyle says, yeah, at Crabclaw tomorrow. That would be great. We will be having a live stream tomorrow at 9 a.m. Bangkok time. That'll be 10 p.m. for you guys on the East Coast. JC, the Rumble account, when to join? I've been so busy, Crabclaw, as I'm sure you heard with my 3 jobs and internship, that I have not posted any videos yet to Rumble. It's there. The account is there, but I've not posted any videos. So I apologize for that. I'll get to it as soon as I can, I promise. Rob P says, Angeles City comes to mind. Angeles City would be kind of close, and that's in the Philippines. I have been to Angeles. I spent about a total of 5 days there, I think, in Angeles City. It's similar to Pattaya, but it's in the Philippines. It's the infrastructure there is about 10 years behind Thailand. So it's while the party and nightlife is similar, it's, in my opinion, much more dangerous in Angeles City. And I would just be very careful in Angeles. But Angeles does ring a Pattaya-ish kind of bell. So you have a good point there, Rob. Crabclaw says, tomorrow, let's help JC out. I'm in. Well, I'm in too, bud. And I really appreciate it very, very much. I really do. Always do appreciate it, guys. So thank you guys very much for an awesome live stream. Really appreciate everything today. Tomorrow, I'll either have a topic from one of my channel members, which they can suggest in the line group, or we'll just have an open discussion. BC says, no problem. I'll ask again later. I really enjoy your stream channel. Thanks for what you do. You're absolutely welcome, and I appreciate you coming on and being a part of the channel, by all means. If you want additional content, all you got to do is hit that join button below. It's only $2.99 a month. I mean, you get extra content. We're going to have a live stream this month, too. Members only live stream. So I think that for $3 a month, it's an exceptional value, even with just the content that's already on there. And you get access to the line members group, which is really where all the conversation takes place and other things get shared. It's a good deal. It really is. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow, 9 a.m. And everybody take care. I love you guys. Love the DoMoreLife family. Love the way the channel goes on. Dollars tomorrow. I like it. Sounds like we're going to have a good day tomorrow. So be here or be missing out on the dollar day. Take care, you guys. Seriously. And whatever you do today, be sure you do more life. Thank you so much for a great live stream. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow, 9 a.m. Don't miss it.